Can you solve this GMAT question without having to recall any formulas? Ideally, yes. This is a great example of a number properties problem where instead of reaching for a formula right away, you can start small and look for a pattern. Pause the video if you want to give it a try. So you could solve this using a formula for the sum of consecutive even integers, but on the GMAT, formulas are only useful if you remember them correctly and recognize exactly when to use them. So instead, let's take a different approach. Let's start with the smallest values of n that make sense. If n equals 3, the only even integer between 1 and 3 is 2. So the sum is 2. Now let n equal 5. The even integers between 1 and 5 are 2 and 4, so 2 plus 4 equals 6. And if n equals 7, 2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. So our sums are 2, 6, and 12. At first, those may just look like three unrelated numbers, but remember, the sum of the n we're looking for is equal to 79 times 80, two consecutive integers multiplied. So can we see the same thing in these three sums? So 2 is equal to 1 times 2, 6 is equal to 2 times 3, and 12 is equal to 3 times 4. So each sum is the product of two consecutive integers. And there's one more part of the pattern that matters even more for this question. Look what happens when we add those same two integers. 3 is equal to 1 plus 2, 5 is equal to 2 plus 3, 7 is equal to 3 plus 4. Those sums give us the corresponding value of n. So if the sum of the even integers is 79 times 80, then following the same pattern, the value of n is 79 plus 80, which is 159. So the answer is D. You could memorize a formula for this, but on number properties questions, starting with small cases and looking for a pattern can often get you there just as quickly. Okay, so why does this work? Let's say that the largest even integer below n is 2k. Then the even integers are 2, 4, 6, all the way up to 2k. Then factor out a 2. Now 1 through k is an equally spaced set. It's completely symmetrical. And the average of an equally spaced set is just the average of the two outside terms, 1 plus k over 2. And the sum of an equally spaced set is the average times the number of terms, which is k. So the sum from 1 through k is k times the quantity k plus 1 over 2. Now the 2's cancel, leaving k times k plus 1. That's why the sum of the even integers takes the form of two consecutive integers multiplied together, like 79 times 80. And because n is the next odd integer after 2k, n equals 2k plus 1, which is the same thing as k plus 1. So once we recognize 79 times 80, we can immediately say n equals 79 plus 80, which is 159. Now you certainly could memorize that relationship, which will help you if you get a question dealing with the sum of even integers. But the more universal GMAT skill is recognizing that when a number properties problem involves large or awkward numbers, starting with small cases can reveal the pattern. That can help you derive a relationship even if you don't remember the formula. And that's especially useful under time pressure because it reduces the risk of applying the wrong formula or misremembering one. Hopefully that helps the GMAT make sense. For a more strategic approach to GMAT quant and data insights, check out my free study reset at the link in the description.